Telling anyone that you are on the autism spectrum can be a scary thing, especially to friends who you know. But today I'm here to talk about my own experiences about telling my friends I'm autistic. Well, hello Indie people, how are you guys doing? Today's video is all about telling friends that you are on the autism spectrum. Maybe you've always wanted to tell someone that you're on the spectrum, but you just don't know how to. You don't know where to begin the conversation, or maybe you just need some encouragement. Now, before I get into the conversation of how you should tell your friends you are autistic, I want to open up the conversation to whether you should tell your friends you are autistic. When I've told people about my autism in the past, it has really helped my relationship with them, my friendship with them. They just get a better understanding of why I do certain things the way that I do them. Now, there have been a couple of occasions where it hasn't gone as well. In one example in particular, I told someone about my autism in a nightclub. Like, I was out with some friends and for some reason we were talking about autism and mental health and all of that stuff. And then I said, "Oh, I'm autistic," and this other person said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I didn't really have much of a reaction to it. I kind of just said, "Oh, it's fine, you know, it's just me being me, you know, I just like who I am as a person and my autism is a part of that." And they just seemed to get it, just understood it. So, should you tell your friends you are autistic? Yes, I would personally say so, but it is dependent on the person that you are telling, the situation at that time. So like the nightclub example, that was probably not the best time to disclose my autism. So it depends on the person and also the situation that you are in, whether you should disclose your autism, but that is a decision for you and you alone to make. But I hope the next part of the video, which is how to tell your friends you are autistic, will help you in deciding on whether you should go ahead and do that. So the first tip on how to tell someone you are on the spectrum is really to decide if it's the right person to tell. Like in the last point of this video, it really helps if the person you're telling understands you from a friend's perspective. Like, they just get your personality, they just get your humor, they just get you as a person. And luckily I've surrounded myself with people who are really understanding and they just get it, and they just understand that I'm a little bit quirky and I like doing random hand movements in the middle of a city centre because that is just how I roll. You know, for me, disclosing my autism in real life before I started making YouTube videos about autism, it was a scary thing. So when I did disclose my autism to the right people and they just understood it, it came across so well. Don't leave anything up to interpretation. Now, if you've picked your person that you want to tell about your autism, like you've got a friend that you really trust and they really trust you, and there's a mutual friendship there, it's important not to leave anything up to interpretation. So for example, imagine I have an imaginary friend. So this is my friend Bob. "Hi Bob, I'm autistic." Now I've told Bob here I'm autistic, but I haven't told him anything else. So he's gonna come to a conclusion about autism based on his experience or no experience, or what he's just heard online through social media, on TV and stuff. When it comes to telling your friend about your autism, it's not a good idea just to say, "I'm autistic," and just leaving it there. When I've disclosed my autism to people, I've talked about the positives that my autism brings to me personally, and then some of the things that I struggle with, some of the difficulties that I have, to give my friend that I am telling a better all-rounded view of autism from my perspective. So really with that one, don't leave anything up to chance. And the third one kind of links in with this, and it's basically just knowing your stuff, really looking up what it means to be autistic, some of the traits, things like that, when you're telling your friend about your autism. No doubt your friend may have a ton of questions which you might have difficulty answering if you, I don't know, feel uncomfortable being questioned, or you just don't know. And that's okay if you don't know a load of stuff about autism, because I mean, before I started YouTube, I really didn't know much about autism apart from my own experiences. It was only until I started looking online, looking at the National Autistic Society website, for example, the NHS website, which I'll leave down below if you want to have a look, but like having a look at resources, watching videos from other autistic people about their experiences to give me a better rounded view of things. And when I've told my friends about my autism and they've got questions, I'm able to answer it a lot easily and it just comes across a lot better. So really knowing your stuff isn't just useful for telling your friends, but it's also good for every other kind of situation that you may run into. Just be honest about who you are, you know, don't say to your friend something about yourself that isn't true. If they are your friend, they will want to help you in any way that they can, or, you know, be there for you when stuff gets tough. But being honest with someone that you really like and you want to continue that friendship with, I think it just helps really tighten things up with that friendship, and it just shows them that by talking about your autism and just being honest with them, that you're someone who is trustworthy, and you know, it comes across a lot better as well. Another tip, and I did mention this at the beginning part of the video, it's really about the timing, the location and the situation. So for example, like I said at the beginning, don't tell someone in the middle of a night out in a nightclub, because nightclubs are just rubbish anyway to begin with, and also it's just not really an appropriate time. Like for me, there wasn't enough time to explain everything about my autism in that situation. Luckily they just understood it and they just got it. Really what I would suggest is saying to your friend, oh, I need to talk to you about something. Do you have X amount of time to set aside just to have a chat? And like I say, location and situation are really important, because you don't want to tell someone in the middle of a nightclub about your autism, because that's just not right. You want to really say it in a place that's just away from people, where it's just you and your friend in a nice, calm, relaxed setting, or as calm as you can make it anyway. If your friend has something going on, maybe something's happened in their personal life, then maybe wait until things have calmed down, because obviously your friend's going to be going through a lot of stuff and there's going to be a lot going on in there. So really timing, situation and place are really important to the conversation. You yourself, you right here watching this video, have the decision to make of whether you should tell someone you are autistic. It's your decision at the end of the day. I can give you all of the tools in the world. I could say everything to do with my experiences about how you should tell someone, but at the end of the day, it's no good if you don't feel comfortable enough doing it. You don't even have to tell your friends about your autism if it's not something you feel ready to talk about or don't feel comfortable enough to tell yet. But ultimately guys, it is up to you on what you do with your life and who you disclose your autism to. So let's all try and help each other down below in the comments. But for now, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button so I know. Subscribe if you are brand new. Stay you, stay indie. I hope you have a great day and I'll see you all very soon.